Good day, sir. This video is all about what I have learned. But before that, let me define what is the second law of thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics is a physical law based on universal empirical observation concerning heat and energy interconversions. A simple statement of the law is that heat always flows spontaneously from hotter to colder regions of matter. I have learned that the second law of thermodynamics is a really important idea in science. It's basically about how energy moves around in the universe. The video I watched explains that heat always flows from hot things to cold things. It also talks about something called entropy, which is a measure of how much disorder there is in a system. The second law of thermodynamics says that entropy was always increases, meaning that things tend to get more disordered over time. The video uses the example of a heat engine to explain these concepts, which means that heat engine is a machine that uses heat to do work. The video shows how a heat engine can't be 100% efficient because some of the heat energy is always lost as waste heat. This is because of the second law of thermodynamics, which says that entropy always increases. So in simple terms, this video taught me that heat always flows from hot to cold and that things tend to get more disordered over time. The second law of thermodynamics helps us understand the limits of technology. We can create a machine that is perfectly efficient because it would violate the second law of thermodynamics. This is why we need to find ways to reduce waste, heat, and improve the efficiency of our machines. In short, the second law of thermodynamics is like a speed limit for technology. It tells us that we can go faster than a certain speed no matter how hard we try. But by understanding the limits, we can find ways to work smarter and achieve amazing things within those limits. So the second video I watched is about the ideal gas law. It's a way to figure out how gases behave. The video explains that the ideal gas law is like a recipe for gases with four main ingredients: the pressure, volume, temperature, and the number of gas particles. The video also explains that the ideal gas law is a useful tool because it can be used to predict how gases will change if you change one of the ingredients. For example, if you increase the temperature of a gas, the pressure will also increase. So the video is about the different gas laws in chemistry. It starts by talking about the units used to measure things like pressure, volume, and temperature. Then, it explains the different gas laws like Boyle's law, Charles' law, and the Gay-Lussac's law. Boyle's law states that volume of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure, assuming constant temperature. In simpler terms, if you increase the pressure on a gas, its volume will decrease and vice versa. The Charles law describes the direct relationship between the volume of a gas and its absolute temperature, assuming constant pressure. This means that as the temperature of a gas increases, its volume will also increase proportionally. The Gay-Lussac's law focuses on the relationship between the pressure of a gas and its absolute temperature, assuming constant volume. It states that as the temperature of a gas increases, its pressure will also increase proportionally. So each law explains how the pressure, volume, and temperature of a gas change when you change one of those things. The video provides a clear introduction to the fundamental gas laws. It begins by establishing the essential units used to measure the properties of gases, including the pressure, the volume, and the temperature. So, these laws are important because they help us understand how gases behave in different situations. For example, They can help us predict how much air we need to fill a balloon or how much pressure a container needs to hold a certain amount of gas.